This is my end of the year mint plant harvest collection, if I can call it that. Basically, I have two types of plants in the mint family here. On the right, I have my Klip Dagga, and on the left, I have Chia. And I just kind of wanted to show my plan here. Now, we did get some pretty cold weather, and it basically nuked these two plants. So they didn't exactly get a chance to flower as much as they wanted. They didn't get a chance to produce as many seed pods as they wanted. But I did want to show what it looks like to find a good flower head in terms of harvesting a seed from this plant here, the one with the orange flowers, which is Klip Dagga. So in my opinion here, you're going to want to look for something that looks more like this, like really dried out and yeah, like no green on it at all. And I pulled some of the kind of bracts from that cluster, and I have basically them on my hand. Now, I was trying to find the seeds for this plant, and this is my first year really growing it and then trying to harvest the seeds for next year. You still have to worry about the plant poking you even after it's dead, I will say. It is very spiky, but once it really dries out like this, it's not as much of a risk. When it's kind of looking like this, dried out, but not really as desiccated, these ones are still pretty pokey. But just take a look here at what I have in my hand. So these are those bracts that I was talking about. Now, the seeds for this one don't appear as common as I would have hoped, or maybe I'm just not good at harvesting them. So the seed is going to be very interesting looking here. It's going to be that little one here. It's kind of hard to point to. Let me flip it over. So it has this interesting kind of shape to it. It almost looks like a little alien pod or something like that. It's just there, and they're pretty inconspicuous. They do kind of have that texture to them, but that would be the Klip Dagga seed pod there, or I should say seed. And I've been trying to find more of these seeds. They're kind of difficult to find, but it might just be because my plant is a little bit, or it wasn't ready to produce as many seeds before it died from the cold. So there's that seed there. Really an interesting looking seed. Now, everybody pretty much knows what chia seeds look like, but we'll take a look here. So this is my chia plant. Again, it's in the mint family, but it has, you know, I'd say similar, almost braided looking flower bracts, or just where the flowers come out. I'm sort of waiting for these to dry out a little bit more, but we can still find some seeds here today. So really I'm looking for these little sections here where they really are dried out. I don't really want to find one that's green because I don't think that'll have many seeds in it. So this one here in my hand looks like a good option. And then very easy compared to Klip Dagga to harvest the seeds. I just rolled that in the palm of my hand there, and I found the seeds come out pretty easily. So there they are. Those are the chia seeds from this chia plant. And I think what I'm going to probably do for this plant here is really just snip off these flower stalks, and then actually just winnow them, but I'm going to do that once they dry out a bit more, because I can see that there are some on here that look like they would be good for harvesting seeds from, but again, there are these green ones that I'm not sure matured enough in order to actually produce the seeds. But yeah, it looks like maybe 4 seeds per little bract there. Again, a lot easier to harvest these compared to this Leonotis neptifolia, which is that Klip Dagga. But still, you know, Klip Dagga, for it not producing as much, at least compared to what I thought it would, has a very interesting looking seed, and it does appear that it only is one seed per bract, per one of these little spikes, which I think is so fascinating because both these plants are in the mint family. You can tell that they're kind of very similar. You know, obviously they have the square shaped stems and they produce these little spikes that the flower grows out of. But from what I can tell, Klip Dagga only grows the one seed, while the Chia has 4, from what I can tell. So yeah, these are really the only plants that I had left growing, other than some other things I started. But these are the holdovers from the summer that died in this recent frost that we had here. And that's my mint. Sorry, that's my Chia, and that's my Klip Dagga. And we can just take a look at the garden to see what we have. Really just carrots and beets that survived, and some other leafy greens over there. But everything else pretty much gone. Here's one more plant that survived, and it's of course in the mint family as well. This one was a little bit lower down and more covered, but this is actually catnip here. I'm probably going to harvest this pretty soon before it gets any colder, because it's really not going to produce too much more from what I can tell. It's sort of struggled this entire season because it's been an understory plant, so it's been covered by all sorts of things. And yeah, this is just my mint here. So sorry, my catnip, which of course is a mint. But yeah, that's my garden as of right now. You can see my ghost pepper plant. It dropped some ghost peppers, and they'll probably just maybe self-sow in the summer. I'm not sure. I'm just kind of leaving these fruits on the ground, seeing what will happen. And yeah, so I just want to do a quick little tour of what plants I'm harvesting, what the garden looks like right now, and I'll see you later.